Most Metroidvania games fail, not because they're indie, not because they have small budget, and not because the developers lack passion. They fail because they misunderstand what Metroidvania actually is. On the surface, these games look right. They have maps, abilities, backtracking, and exploration, but underneath that surface, something is missing. Metroidvania isn't about having a large map. It isn't about looking doors behind abilities, and it isn't about backtracking for the sake of it. At its core, Metroidvania is about meaningful progression. Every ability should change how you understand the world. Every new area should recontextualize the old ones, and every moment of exploration should feel intentional. When that progression breaks down, the entire experience collapses. One of the most common failures in Metroidvania design is map design without intent. Many games believe that bigger maps automatically create deeper exploration, but size without meaning is just empty space. A good Metroidvania map teaches the player. It introduces obstacles early, then asks you to remember them. It quietly plants questions in your mind. A bad map simply connects rooms. You walk forward, you hit a dead end, you turn around, and nothing about that journey taught you anything. Games like Chasm struggles here because procedural generation removes intention. Rooms exist, but they rarely communicate purpose. Exploration stops feeling like discovery and starts feeling like obligation. If curiosity isn't rewarded, exploration becomes chores. Abilities are the language of Metroidvania design. They're how the game speaks to the player, but many games treat abilities as keys instead of transformations. You unlock a double jump, it opens a specific door, and then it never matters again. That's not progression, that's a permission. In weaker Metroidvania games like Timespinner or Feudal Alloy, abilities often feel isolated. They solve one problem and then disappear from the design. Strong Metroidvania abilities reshape the entire game. They change how you move, how you fight, how you see old areas. When abilities fail to evolve gameplay, the world stops evolving too. Game feel is one of the most underestimated elements in Metroidvania design. Players can forgive simple art styles. They can even forgive repetition. What they won't forgive is bad control, floaty jumps, delayed input, attacks with no weight. Games like Song of the Deep struggle not because of ideas, but because movement never feels precise. In contrast, games like Celeste or Dead Cells feel good even before you understand their systems. When movement feels right, players trust the game. When it doesn't, everything else feels worse. Hollow Knight changed modern Metroidvania design, and that influence is everywhere. Unfortunately, many games copy the surface, not the structure. They copy the dark art style, the melancholic music, the vague storytelling, but they miss the restraint. Games like Ghost 1.0 or Soldiers often overwhelm players with systems, too many mechanics, too many upgrades, too much information, too quickly. Hollow Knight works because it knows when to say no. It allows silence, it allows space, and it allows the player to learn naturally. Complexity without clarity doesn't create depth, it creates noise. Exploration alone is not a goal. When players don't understand why they are exploring, they disengage. Some games mistake confusion for mystery, but mystery invites curiosity. Confusion invites frustration. Games like Elliot Quest struggle because they provide no reliable guidance. Getting lost should feel intentional, not accidental. Good Metroidvania design subtly nudges players forward without holding their hand. Another major reason modern Metroidvania games fail is their attempt to become Soulsvania. Soulsvania borrows systems from Souls-like games, corpse runs, punishing checkpoints, high-stakes combat. The problem is that many games copy punishment without copying clarity. Games like Death's Gambit at launch, Soldiers, or even Salt and Sanctuary can overwhelm players with loss and repetition. Souls-like systems demand precision, readability, and fairness. Without that foundation, punishment feels arbitrary, not meaningful. The best Metroidvania and Soulsvania games succeed because they respect the player. They respect the player's time. They respect the player's intelligence. Games like Super Metroid, Hollow Knight, Ori, and Axiom Verge are intentional. Every room exists for a reason. Every ability has lasting value. Every challenge teaches something. Failure feels fair, and success feels earned. Most Metroidvania games fail because they copy the genre surface, not its soul. When Metroidvania forgets clarity and Soulsvania forgets fairness, both collapse. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.